Hey everyone, it's Siberia, and yes, you are looking at my phone. The reason for that is because they have just released Pokemon Showdown for Android. And it's always been available on any platform really as a web app, but for whatever reason I have tried it on both my phone and my tablet. Neither of them have been anything more than an unplayable mess. Super slow. So I'm very happy they finally released an actual Android app. That means that basically whenever you are, let's say, in the car with your husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend, sex toy, or other significant other, and they open their mouth and start talking, you can pretend you're listening, but actually you're playing Pokemons on the internet. So in order to download this, you just go to the Android market, or I guess it's called the Google Play Store now, and just search for Pokemon Showdown. It's already in my history, and it's this one here. That's the Showdown icon. As you can see, I have already installed it. One thing I will say is that it does require Android 4.0 ice cream sandwich or higher. Most people with a reasonably modern phone shouldn't have any trouble meeting that requirement. Unfortunately, I like to live in the year 1996, and you can pry my old phone with a keyboard out of my cold, dead hands. Unfortunately, that leaves me in a position where it has not been upgraded, at least by the manufacturer, past 2.3 gingerbread. If this is your situation as well, it is usually okay because most of these phones do have enough custom ROM support that you will be able to find a version of Ice Cream Sandwich or higher to install. This is a Pokemon video, not an Android video, so I'm not really going to get into that, but most of them actually at this point have pretty detailed step-by-step instructions on what to do. Just search your phone name plus custom ROMs in Google and you can usually find something. So without further ado, then Pokemon Showdown Android style. And it takes you to this screen here. I am not going to find a battle yet because I have not actually made a team. So let's check out the team builder, which I'm assuming is that Pokeball icon, but nope, that's the Pokedex. Show room ID, the X isn't going to be it. Clicking on my team, there it is, team, and it's also got a damage calculator. That's nice to know. Not quite sure what to do. I want OU plus. Okay, add a Pokemon. I'm just going to use the same team I have always used on Showdown since Greninja was banned. First Pokemon is going to be a Garchomp. So clicking the Pokemon takes you to this screen where I'm assuming you click that to change the nature. I want it to be Jolly. Male is fine. Level 100, obviously. I do not want Sandvale. I want Rough Skin. And clicking the stats takes you to the IVs. So I want 252 speed, 252 attack. I'll put the remaining 4 in HP. That looks good for now. Item. I want to be a Lumberry. That must be nickname. Okay. No, I do not want to add that to my dictionary, but I do want to name it Sharknado, because if I get up a couple of Swords Dances, it will go Sharknado on someone's team. This must be moves. I want Earthquake and Dragon Claw. Not Outrage, because I hate being stuck into something. Swords Dance. And Stealth Rock. So that's the basics of Team Builder, I'm guessing. It actually seems pretty intuitive if you've used anything to do with Android before. I'm going to scroll down, add a new Pokemon. Next up is going to be Rotom Wash, holding a Leftovers. Max HP, enough speed to... Okay, 221 speed. That allows me to beat Azumarill at 219. It also gives me 2 points of extra speed, so I can try to get the jump on other Rotoms with Volt Switch and switch out before they use Volt Switch. Hopefully to my Garchomp, and then I will be able to block their Volt Switch. And I want the rest to be in not special attack. I want the rest to be in defense. And obviously not adamant. I want bold. Everything else looks good on that. I will change the name to iWash, not .com. iWash, not capitals. And moves on this is going to be Volt Switch, Hydro Pump, Will-O-Wisp, and Pain Split. Pokemon number 3 is going to be Scizor. With not Swarm, I want Technician. That's going to have 248 HP, 252 attack, and 12 points of speed. Okay, I am missing an EV somewhere. So let's do it again. 248 HP. Actually, I think I'm going to use the defensive version that I had on my DS. I think I had both defenses at 240. And if you click on these little boxes, it'll advance you one stat point at a time. So let's put special defense also at 240. The remainder in attack for 344. And that's going to be my Scizor. I want it to be shiny. I'm going to click the and yes, clicking the Pokemon's icon does make it shiny. Adamant is already correct. Let's give it a name. Item is going to be Leftovers again. With why does it have Garchomp's moves? That's a little strange, but let's go Bullet Punch. U-turn. No. I guess I have to type out more of the move. U-turn. Defog. And Roost. I have 3 more Pokemon to go. Next is going to be Gyarados. Name it the King of Carp. I also want you to be shiny with Intimidate, not Adamant, but Jolly Nature, and max speed, max attack, 4 in defense, not HP, so I can switch into Stealth Rock 4 times. Item is going to be Gyarados, and it is going to know Waterfall, Crunch, if I can spell Crunch, Earthquake, and Dragon Dance. And I am done with Gyarados. I've got Talonflame up next. Going to name it Pontiac because it's a Firebird. Item is going to be a Sharp Beak, although I'm not sure how holding a Sharp Beak really helps it. Carrying it around in its talons wouldn't really do much unless it has one of those elastic straps on it and goes around the back of its head like a party hat. Or maybe I'm really overthinking things. Anyways, I do not want it to have Flame Body. I don't know why that's the default ability. It will be Gale Wings. Nature is going to be Jolly. I really like to outspeed other Talonflame. It's going to be Max Attack, Max Speed, again 4 in Defense, so I have an odd number of HP switching into Stealth Rock. And it's going to have Brave Bird, and Flare Blitz, Sword Dance, and Roost. Finally, I am going to use a Breloom. With a Focus Sash. I like you shiny as well with Technician, Max Speed, Max Attack, and 4 HP. Also a Jolly Nature, Knowing Spore. Not Stun Spore. Why is that first in the last? Bad Showdown. Bad. Spore. Mach Punch. Bullet Seed. And Rock Tomb. And that is my team. Now I'm going to go find a battle. So let's exit Bill's PC. Let's trainer. I'm going to log in. I should be able to use the same account from the Showdown desktop app. Okay, so I cut that part out right there because I do not want you guys to see my password, obviously. I am logged in. Let's go to OU, find battle. Prepare for trouble and make it double. That is so awesome. Actually, it really is. I wasn't expecting that. Let's find a battle. Has it got one? Yes, it has. And this actually looks like a pretty threatening team. I am going to lead with... I do not want to lead with Breloom because he's probably going to lead with Landorus and get a Scarf U-turn off and break my Sash. I think Rotom is a... Okay, how do I pick my lead? Do I just click on the Pokemon? No. I seriously do not know how to pick my lead. Well, I guess this needs... That? Okay, that button picks my lead. I did not really intend to pick Scizor, but he's brought in Gallade. That's not the worst possible situation. I am just going to U-turn out. He's going to go Mega and SD up. Okay, that is fine with me. Ooh, that was an interesting animation. Scizor just flipped itself over and switched out. So that actually worked out well for me. I'm going to go out to my Talonflame. Yes. The switch to Landorus is so obvious. At the same time, if I just go for Brave Bird, I will see what type of Landorus he is. So I'm just going to do that. I'm at -1. That did about... Okay. So he's a defensive Landorus. My Gyarados does not have to worry about that. At the same time, he is probably going to get up his rocks. I'm just going to go out to Rotom and hopefully make the best of that situation. Yes, he got up Stealth Rocks. And I don't really want to Volt Switch. He may bring in Clefable. If he does, I still want to get off a Will-O-Wisp. That way I will find out what type of Clefable it is. Or I will just get a burn off on his Latios. You know, that works too. And I am going to go out to Scizor on the... I'm hoping he doesn't have HP Fire. I don't really want to try to live a Draco Meteor, so I'm going to go out to Scizor. He goes for a Psyshock. He is Life Orbed. I'm just going to go for Bullet Punch in case he does have HP Fire. I just want to get as much damage on that as possible. It's also... Actually, no. I'm going to go back out to Rotom. I do not want to lose my Defogger this early. And he goes back out to Landorus. Okay, that worked. And my leftovers went first, so that is a very slow Landorus. I am just going to go for a Hydro Pump. It will damage the Latios. That did an okay amount of damage. I know I can survive a Draco Meteor, or if he wants to recover, I can just go for a Volt Switch and get out. Yeah, okay. So that thing is almost dead. It will not quite be dead after burn, but that's fine. I'm going to go out to Scizor, and I will get a Defog off as he either lets it die or switch out. 1 HP. Alright. Let's go for Defog. He brings his Rocker back in. That's fine. If he wants to set up rocks again, I get no damage on me and I get a free switch out to something against him. So, let's just do U-turn. He did go for rocks. I almost want to go to my own Garchomp and set up rocks here, but at the same time, I'm not sure how worth it that is because he's still got... what does he still have? Oh, I've got Talonflame, so I want his Rocker gone first, or at least him to not have rocks on the field. If I go out to Rotom, he cannot switch back in with Latios, or else it will die. So I think Rotom is the best play here. I can get... Do I want to go for Pain Split, or do I want to just attack? He'll probably predict the Pain Split. If he does, he will go out to Latios, and I will just kill it with a Hydro Pump. He could also stay in and take massive damage, or switch out to something else, which, as long as it's... Okay, that was the right play. Please do not miss. Thank you. Actually, it wouldn't even matter if it misses because Burn killed him, but I have gotten rid of the Latios. I am happy about that. Now, he cannot get rocks off of his side of the field. So he brings in Mega Gallade. What do I want to do against this? I will Pain Split in case he does not kill me. And he does take me out with the knockoff. Okay. Let me try out the damage calculator, actually. I wonder if Scizor can kill it with a Bullet Punch. Not Mega Scizor. This is going to be Mega Gallade. Thankfully, the ORAS Pokemon are in this. So, my attack is 344. I'm Adamant with Bullet Punch. How much does that do? No, that does not do nearly enough. So I am forced to go out to Talonflame. I am at 89%, so I will survive, and I have to scare that thing out. I almost want to make a risky play and go for Roost. I can't really do that, though, because if I don't kill this thing right here, I actually lose the game. So I'm going to have to go for Brave Bird as he makes the obvious switch into Landorus, which is fine. I am going to... I don't really want to sack Talonflame. I will bring in Garchomp and try to get my own... Well, I can try to get my own rocks up, or I can just take his Stone Edge. That works. I think I will try to get my own rocks up. At the same time, though... Yeah, that seems like the best play. I will then find out what type of Clefable he has if he wants to bring it in. Do I go to Scizor, or is the Flamethrower too obvious? What are you at, Scizor? 69%. At the same time, I don't really want my Garchomp to die. I could sack Talonflame, but I don't think that is the best play. I'm just going to try and get damage on this thing and see what it wants to do to me. Okay. So he went for the Moonblast. I'm going to go out to Scizor. I've got to get those rocks off the field. Actually, that was... Well, he can now finish me off with Flamethrower if he has it. We'll see what he does. He does not. Okay. Oh noes! My special attack was lowered. Because Landorus is at 83. He will take Stealth Rock before I defog, so I'm just going to go for that. He went out to Bisharp. That is actually just fine, because I have a Jolly Breloom at plus... I have a Jolly Breloom with Mach Punch that will take that thing out. So... Do I want to let him kill me, though? That's the thing. I will sack Garchomp. And he's going to take rough skin damage. That works. Now I'm going to go out to Breloom. And he's either going to switch or die. Let's go for... Yeah, I'll go for Mach Punch. If he goes out to Landorus, I can Spore him before he switches out. And if he goes to Gallade, I can survive a hit with my Sash and just take him out. He did go to Gallade. That's just fine. I do 20%. A Bullet Seed will take him out, and that is, I think, the biggest threat to my team gone right there. Do not freeze me. It's a crit! I have a Sash. I swear to God, if you freeze me, I will hurt you. But you did not. Okay, we're good. Down goes the Gallade. I think the only thing he can switch in without getting spored right now is Keldeo, which he is going to do. Can I sack Scizor in this situation? Is that the best play? I think I'm gonna have to. Then I may be able to actually take out the rest of his team with Gyarados. So let's see what he locks himself into. He's going to go for Scald. Of course he gets the burn. Of course. Why would he not? That did a good 8%. And what was his Landorus at? It hasn't come back in, so it's at 83. I guess I'm just going to have to hope I don't get burned by Scald. If I don't, I can take this guy out with Gyarados. So I will not Mega Evolve yet. He goes for Scald. Please do not burn. Shit, well, I probably just lost. Yeah, this is not a good situation to be in. At the same time, though, I might be okay if I can just hurt this thing. I'm going to Mega Evolve this turn and go for an EQ, see what it does. Well, I will kill that. I'm okay with that. I did not kill that. Actually, my best move is, well, okay, I'll do that. Keldeo comes in again, and I'm just going to have to try and damage it. He goes for a Scarfed Secret Sword. Okay. Yeah, that 2 turns of burn in a row really screwed me. Otherwise, I could have probably won this game. Either way, I'm going to have to play sneaky here. I will go out to Talonflame. I'm going to double to Breloom on his switch to Landorus. If he doesn't do that, I've lost no matter what. At the same time, though, I think he has to. I'll put on the timer in case it's not on already. 20. Oh, whoa, I didn't even know I could do that. That takes me back to the main screen. Nice to know. 10 seconds. You know what? This guy deserves to time out for burning my Gyarados after burning my Scizor. So I'm not at all... I'm not upset about this. Wait, I lost? What? How did I lose? I guess I didn't actually switch in Breloom? Okay, well, I guess I probably would have lost anyways. So let's end that here. I am probably going to do one more, but first I will pause everything just to make sure I have an actual good recording. Let's try to get one more. Ooh, Ice Cave background. And a Mega Pidgeot team. As long as he doesn't lead with Latios, I am good leading with the Rotom. That's not Rotom. No, no, back. Rotom, lead. Oh, perfect. He led with Pidgeot. So, I am just going to get a Will-O-Wisp off on something. I love that animation for U-turn. Ferrothorn. Any amount of damage on that will help. Let's go Volt Switch out to Scizor. In that case, I can just defog away any hazards he decides to lay, or he's just going to knock off. He does have leftovers, so he does not have the Iron Barb. Since he has no hazards up currently, I am going to go for a U-turn. I need to get damage on that. I do not think he will knock off again. Instead, he switches out to Rotom. I am really not sure why he made that play, because now I can bring in Breloom, which is exactly what I think I'm going to do. Now, I do not want to overpredict the Ferrothorn coming in and go for Mach Punch and end up getting burned. I have no reason not to go for Spore right here because Ferrothorn is burned and it can't really do much to me. If it dodges my Spore, I do have Mach Punch to take it out in the next couple of turns. So I'm just going to go for the Spore. I do catch Rotom sleeping, which works for me. I am going to... I'm going to go for Rock Tomb, predicting a switch. I'll kill Talonflame. I will slow down the Latios. Oh, that did a lot. And I do have my Sash intact, so I can actually beat this thing right here. One more Rock Tomb. Actually, 2 more Rock Tombs will do it, not 1. There's the second. He's at 12%, and he goes for the Roost. Okay, I guess he's trying to cause me to miss, which I guess he can Roost up all he wants. He's at -2. Time to do some math. Scizor outspeeds him after 1 more. So I'm going to go for 1 more Rock Tomb. If he Roosts, then I'm going to go to Scizor. Okay, so he went for Draco Meteor. I, of course, dodge it with my Sash. He is at 13%. I am going to go for a Bullet Seed so I don't miss. Or he's going to bring in Ferroth. Okay, I'm not sure I agree with that. I do want to preserve my Breloom. So I'm actually going to go out to Scizor, and then I'll get a U-turn off on him. That did nothing. 8%. Okay. Do I even want to U-turn? Yeah, I kind of have to. I'll go for a U-turn. I will go out to Gyarados so he can't knock off, and actually, yeah, I'll go out to Gyarados so he can't. I'll go out to Garchomp. He doesn't have anything that can really status me anything anyway. The only thing he has that can status me is Rotom, and that's asleep. So I'm going to go out to Garchomp. He sets up a Leech, and he missed. Okay, now we're in good shape. What is Latios at? 13%. I'm going to try to set up rocks right here so that can't come back in. Instead, he goes out to Rotom. I do think that was a mistake, because now I can set up an SD. Even if he wakes up, I'm fine. And he did not wake up, so I'm just going to go for a Dragon Claw. And he is still sleeping. And he forfeited. So I finally got a win. I'm up to 1488. That's not where I was, but I think that is it for this session because I really have to take a shit, just in case you wanted to know that. So I will see you guys later. Thanks for watching. Rate, comment, sub. Bye.